Yo, hello YouTube. Where am I gonna start? I wanted to make this my MS story because I've been putting it off for a long time. But I wanted to make one because the first thing I did was search YouTube videos and everywhere across the internet to try to find something to figure out what the heck was going on with me. So maybe I'll do that. I don't know if that seems like something that you'd want to see or know. Cool. But main focus of this video is quick response to metaspencer, which has been a super awesome dude since I got all my dealings. And it's been about a year and a half, a little over, somewhere around there, something like that. I can't do math. And of course, the first thing I did was scour the internet, try to figure out what the heck was going on. The videos like this were awesome, when I was laying in hospital bed trying to figure out why, what, all that good stuff. But metaspencer just posted a video here today, I believe it was, or at least I saw it today. I usually try to keep track of those videos. It was all about doctors. So I'm in the same boat as him. So I live less than 15 minutes from St. Louis. I'm on the Illinois side. I'm right there though. So my whole dealings when everything blew apart was to go. I went straight to Barnes. Well, I didn't, but I ended up going to Barnes, of course, which is a huge facility. Ended up getting, admitted, was there for over a week. But getting into doctors is I'm driving all over the road here. The doctors and getting second opinions, all that good stuff. I think that's from what metaspencer just posted. I would say that's number one. You should always ask questions. Always research, as much as you can. You have to live this, right? Not them. Even if they are getting paid by a drug company or not. When it's all said and done, you go to bed at night. This is with you, no matter what anyone tells you. And don't forget that too. So we have no clue what causes it, right? And we have no clue how to cure it. We've got some things that we think help, but there is no known cure. So always keep that in your head. For me, I do take medication, and just like metaspencer post, which I think is vital, my doctor does get a ton of money from drug companies, without a doubt. Like we're talking, this guy makes in the millions. So this is up to you though. So I'm now, this eye's gone, right? So it took my optic nerve, destroyed the myelin, destroyed the nerve itself. So I had to make a decision. Do I take a medication? And then maybe it fixes it, maybe it doesn't. But if I don't do that, in my mind, this is how I rationalize it. I'm one of those people, and it's my personality. If I didn't take something and then say it hits this eye, and now I'm done, right? As far as vision goes, I'm not going to be able to do the woodworking I do, build the guitars I do, all the stuff I'm really into, ride dirt bikes. All that stuff would go away. Of course, you can't run a sawmill when you can't see what you're cutting, right? You can't ride a dirt bike when you can't see if there's a tree in front of you. So to me, that was super, super important, that I don't look back and say, man, if I would have taken something, maybe, now this eye, I wouldn't be blind. So in my mind, I'm trying the best of what I think's available. So at least I know if it does happen in the future, like, well, I tried what I thought was right, rather than having that what if. So that's for me. You know, you're different. Your body's completely different. Everything's different. So keep that in mind. But with the money that metaspencer talks about, I think that's a big deal. Um, we don't know what the best medication is. We're always searching. Something you should never stop too, is don't stop reading stuff. Don't stop communicating with people, um, on the disease, because it's always changing. There's always something new. So just a little backstory. A lot like Metaspencer was, I went to Barnes, and then when I got through all this, hospitalization, the horrible spinal taps that they do that they shouldn't have, yeah, whole mess, whatever. They wanted me to start on Copaxone. So the person I saw at Barnes, like, hey, you need to start on this, and I'm looking at him like, I'm not shooting myself up with this every day, and then eventually it's gonna screw up the fatty tissue around where I'm shooting myself all the time, and it's just a lot of junk, right? It's like that. First I was, being the uh, person I am, instantly know, like, there's got to be a better uh, way to go than this. And it's good, I think, for your mind too, just to get a second opinion, no matter what. Just, you've got your brain's racing when you get hit with stuff like this, and you don't feel good, when you're in the hospital, all this stuff. So you really need to take a step back at some point. Really try to get the big picture of it. But for me, Copaxone was just that's dumb. I researched it; it looked really old. The percentage that it was going to actually do something was really small. So I looked around and ended up going. I'm going to another MS doctor now. That's, like I said, he makes bank off Tecfidera is what I take, and a bunch of other drugs he makes money off of, which are all MS related. He runs a center for MS there. So it's a coin toss. I mean, you can, of course, you want to eat healthy. I mean, I'm really weary with these, especially I think Metaspencer even ups the guy. I'm totally the opposite opinion. Nothing against Metaspencer. The dude's completely awesome. But there's this one, I think he's Canadian. He comes on with this like super radio voice, and we're gonna take down the pharmaceutical world. All you need to do is eat vegetables, and you're saved. Just that's I think it's just preying on people that are sick to try to make money and do whatever he's doing. I don't know. I don't follow it. Whatever. But you do want to eat healthy, of course. I mean, I eat a very strict diet. I always have. I have and we don't know what this is, right? So my mom has celiac disease, Sjogren's, lupus. I had a horrible milk issue when I was a kid. I was raised on goat's milk just because of the low lactic acid. I had as a infant on into younger years, I think up till maybe 4 or 5, horrible issues with wheat, oats. I don't care what anybody says. Do the UK research. Oats are gluten. Whatever. It destroys me. And it went away, and I started back in my 20s again when gluten-free stuff wasn't cool, and it was really hard to find, and it didn't fit, what you looked like in yoga pants. But now it's nice. You can find gluten-free stuff everywhere. So I guess the trend kind of helped us people that have issues with it. But eating healthy, I think, is it's a given. You shouldn't be taking in tons of extra added sugar and all the other horrible stuff that's out there. So I always try to eat really healthy. I've dropped dairy. Just seemed weird to me. Always had issues with it. I don't know any other animal, past infancy that still ingests milk from let alone another animal besides their own, when they're growing up. So it just seemed logical for me to just throw that out the window, and hasn't been a huge issue since. Bread, I'd love to eat just a giant pizza. That would be great. But there's some stuff that doesn't taste like sand anymore that's out there. So not a huge deal. I eat tons of vegetables. I am, low on my red meat. I don't go crazy with it, but I'm not gonna. If I've tried it before, if I'm not eating chicken, fish, I usually do red meat once a week. If I'm not doing that, I fade. I feel it. It's something I have to do for me. So vegetables and meat as well is in my diet, but no more gluten. I just don't mess with it anymore. There are a few beers that I have. That's another thing too. I love beer. I'm not going to stop drinking beer. I don't pound like 6 a night, but I do have at least one, no more than two, on a night when I get off work. It's one of my favorite things to do. They're usually different beers, but there's always some that I know are safe. I do have issues, of course, with gluten, so I watch it. And most of the places you can usually talk to a lot of the people here in St. Louis area. I'm fortunate enough that I know four hands and a lot of the guys around here that do that stuff. So I can actually talk to them and say, hey, what's the parts per million in this? And, I can get that. And my body lets me know too. I've tested enough where there's definitely beers that I don't ever want to do because it's just a gluten explosion. But eat healthy, make your own decision on if you should medicate or not medicate, and keep trying to do the stuff that you like to do. Stay happy. They're always going to tell you when you go to the MS doctor, like, how you feeling? They do the usual test and wiggle your toes, hit things, but then they always ask you, well, are you depressed? Well, fuck yeah, I'm depressed. I'm dying of a disease you don't have a cure for. Yeah, it happens. But overall, keep doing the things that you're doing. I love every day that I'm up and I can do something, so I do it. If anything, it's been a great thing for me to stop procrastinating about everything that I do, because I'll tend to do that. Oh, I'd like to do that. I think I'll do that sometime. Well, now's the time, so do that. And that's what I do. It's made it better. It's made life better. If there's any benefit there, that's it. That when I want to do something, I don't think twice about it, within reason, of course. I don't have tons of time off and tons of money to just pack up shop and go across the world, but things that I can do, right? That that sounds good. I'll try that sometime, and it's within time and financial reasons. Everything works. So those things, I do it. I don't think twice anymore. I don't know if that was a ramble. I have no clue. I just watched metaspencer's video on that. I don't even know if I stayed on point or not, but I wanted to get that out. If anybody does want more of MS story or any of these things, or you have any questions, you can always send me a message on YouTube. Most of my videos are on dirt bikes. My Instagram channel is mostly guitars, pictures of food and cats, but I'll put those in there whenever I get this video uploaded. So keep at it, do what you want to do, love every day that you're up and you can do it, and then keep doing it. Until then, I'll talk to you later. See ya.